Hello, in this video I will show you how to create buttons in Unity for your VR application, knowing that I use the XR interaction toolkit of Unity. And in my case I am using the Quest 3. So actually you could try to use the classic button of Unity, but they will not work in VR, or it will be a bit complicated to make them work. So I will show you the simplest way using the XR interaction toolkit. So let's start. I have a very simple scene here, very empty, and what I have, this is the XR origin hands. Okay, so then I will be able to use the controller or my hand. The goal will be to have buttons that we can click, we can poke physically. Okay. If you don't know how to create this XR origin hands, so I will right click and show you. Where is it? Select asset. So this is in the XR interaction toolkit. When you go in the package manager, you will see that there are samples and you install the last version of the sample. Okay, so again, if I click here, prefab, select asset, and you will see this is this XR origin that I use. Okay, so let's start. You will see it's pretty simple, very easy. First I will create my button, so I will start with a 3D object. So it's a button that I will put in the space and not something that I will attach to the camera. I will create just a quad. Okay, so I will move it in front of my camera, make it a little bit small. I will not really spend time on the aesthetic of the button. Okay, perhaps I will scale it a little bit like that. So we have the quad. If you want to add a text on it, so I will change it, button. Then you need to right click, you go in UI and you go to Text Mesh Pro. So there are different techniques to do it, but I find this one is the easiest one. So when you create a text, automatically it will create a canvas, okay, like the classic button of Unity. So what is this canvas? Actually, if you zoom out or if I use F, I should see it. This is huge. Why this is huge and not in the same scale as the scene? It's just because by default this canvas will be an overlay, so all the text will be an overlay on your camera, okay? But what we want here is to work with a 3D space. So I go to canvas and here in the render mode I will change from screen space overlay to world space. Okay, so now that I work in the world space, I will be able to give the size that I want to my canvas, and later I will work on the text. So canvas, here you see position, I will just put 0, 0, 0, so it should be at the center of the world. Yeah, it's just here, but of course it's under the button, same positions as the button, but my canvas still very big. So what I will do for the size, I will just put 1 and 1. So let's check. Okay, I will display the gizmo, so I will see this canvas. So you see it's here and I can scale it. Of course, when I scale, you see the text is scaled. So here it will be my canvas. It's bigger than the button, but it's not a problem. So now I will go to the text and I will scale the text first, just in case when I click on the text, I will click on that, so it will center the text in the center of the canvas. Okay, it will not be in a corner of the canvas. And then for this one, I will just scale it. Okay, oops, too much. So it's a huge scale. Okay, so here we have the text. I will turn off the gizmo to see better. I will move a bit the text here. It's not at the center of the canvas, so if you go to the text first, you can change it. You can create a new word, like click. What else? You can change the font, but here you can directly scale here the text. And here I will just change the alignment to be sure this is in the center. So I will not spend time on the aesthetic of this button, on the color, the font, etc. I will go directly to what interests us. This is the interactivity. Okay. So the button is created. Now to make it interactive, so of course interactive in VR, it's really very simple. You will have to add 3 components. So let's go in the button, add component, and here I will start with XR, simple interactable. So now I know that this object will be interactable in VR. Okay, I will not go too much on the details of all these tools. Actually, I even don't know them so well. Huh? There are so many parameters. So now XR poke filter. So that it will be to be able to poke the button with your finger or with the controller. Okay, so it should work on different headset and controller. But for that, to be sure it works, you have to be sure that when you select your controller, that you see here the poke interactor. Okay, or so on the left and right, and also for the left hand and right hand, you need the poke interactor. But if you use the prefab of the XR origin hands, everything is ready. Okay, so now I go back to my button, and I need to add another one. This is the XR poke follow affordance. If I'm correct, this one will get the information of the poke. So now it should work. Our button normally should work, but we have to create an event. So I mean, when I push this button, not push, but touch the button, something should happen. So here it will be in XR simple interactable. Inside you have many kind of events that could happen, and you will go to select and select enter, and here you will add this new event that you want. So here what could I do? I will just change, for example, the material of this button. Okay, not the text, the button. So for that, when I create an event like that, I have to say what object, okay, will be used. So in my case, this is a button. So here I drag and drop the button here, and it will show me on this button what it can do. So if you created a script, it will show it to you, but here we will just go to mesh renderer and material. So I will just change the material when I click the button. So I will go to my material folder. So it's a very basic scene, just very basic material. And I will drag and drop this material red here. So now normally it should work, but I can create other events. Okay, so when I click more than one thing can happen. So here I will just add a sound. Okay, to add a sound, you need this button to have an audio source. Okay, so any object with an audio source can be activated with that. So here I select my button and I will add the sound. Okay, so I go to add component, audio source, and here I will just pick the sound like button pop. Okay, it's not a big sound, but it's good enough. And of course, this sound, I want to be sure that it will not play it at the beginning. Huh? So you turn off, play on awake. I will not change the rest. It will be just a 2D sound for now. So now that I have a sound on the button, I can go back to XR simple interactable. And here, so my object is not here, I will drag and drop. So now he knows that there is an audio source, and he proposed to you to play it. Okay, so that's all. Normally, if it works well, I poke the button and it will change of color and we will hear the sound. Okay, so let's try. I will wear my headset. So this is a Quest 3. I just need to log in. Okay, so now that this is ready, so you should see what I have in my headset. Okay, so I have the button, I could stand, and if I poke it, okay, it change of color. I hope you hear the sound. That's as simple as that, okay? So you have your button, you can put it anywhere. You can, why not, attach it to the camera. So it was very simple, but perhaps a bit frustrating because it's not a super scene that I show you. So I prepared something. So I will turn off this button, and I prepared a beautiful microwave. Okay. And very basic, this microwave has only two buttons. This one, so it's a cube, okay, very flat cube, and this one. So they have exactly the same structure that what I showed you. So if I check, for example, this one, you will see the XR simple interactable, XR poke filter, follow affordance, etc., etc. This one is a little bit different because so the structure of the button is different because this one I will be able to push it, okay? But I will not show you in the video how to have physically the button that is pushed, okay? So let's start with this one. I will go in XR simple interactable, and actually I prepared a few things. So first thing that we could do, why not, this is to change again the color. So I didn't prepare a texture. You could have a texture displaying like on or off. So if I go to select entered, I will drag and drop. So first what I will do, the color. Drag and drop this button here. Okay, this is the on off button, and I will say I change the material. Same thing, I will use the rain material. So far nothing new. I will also add a sound. So for this one, I have already, I think, the sound, or this is here. Yeah, I have already a sound. This is the sound of a microwave that turn on. Actually, this is here. Can I play it? Okay, I don't know why I cannot hear. It's probably in the headset. So here I go back to my button. The sound was on oven off. Okay, so I will drag and drop this oven off. Off, it means I didn't put any button yet. So I drag and drop. Okay, and here audio source play. Okay. What else? I prepared also a light. So here we have a light, oven light. It's here. So this, you see the light is it's a point light. The light is active, but here I turn it off. Okay. So by default I keep it off, and with the button I will be able to turn it on. So I go back here. I had something else, and oven light, I drag it here, and here we will find light bull enable. Okay, and here I will say if I want to turn it on or off. So of course I want to turn it on. So all these things are pretty easy, but of course the button, very often you can associate them to script. So for example, I prepared a very basic animation. Here we have the plate. This plate is as an animation, it just turn, okay. I show you briefly. The animator, it will start with no animation, and if this boolean turn is on, it will activate the rotation of my plate. So to use that, I created a very simple script, just a few lines. I will not show you the script today. And so if I go back, and of course the script is associated to the plate. Okay, so if I go here, I have animator bool setter, and this is this one who will animate the plate and change the boolean. So here I go back to my button and I had a new event, and here I will drag and drop the plate. Okay, that has the animation, the animator, and the script. Now that there is a script on this plate, he knows that. Okay, so when I click here, he will propose to me to use my script animator bool setter, and I will use toggle bool. So this script will just turn on or off the boolean of this object, and the boolean, the name, if you remember, was turn. Okay, so I don't go too much in the details of this script because this is not the point of the video. So now we have everything we could try. So let's take the headset again. So I have my microwave, and if I push the button, I don't know if you can hear, but the button change of color. There is the sound of the microwave. The light is on, and the plate turn. Okay. So actually it's super easy, huh? Very easy to do. Okay, so as you could see, we have another button. So I can do the same. The other will be a bit more simple actually. This is this one. This one is just to open the door. So if I check the door here, the door has also an animation to open. There is an animator, okay, with a boolean called open, and a script associated with that. The same script that what we saw before. So now I go to this button. This button has exactly the same structure, simple interactable, and the two poke, and I go here, select, okay, I will put the sound. So sound, I forgot if I put the sound somewhere, if there is a audio listener. No, audio source. No, there is no audio source. So, or is it on the door? Oh yes, the door has this audio source of door opening. Okay, so it means I can go back in my button open, and here I will drag and drop the door that has the audio, and here audio source play. That's all. Now I will open the door using the script. So I will drag and drop the door that has the animation, the animator, and the script. I go to animator bool setter, and here I say this is the boolean open that I want to change, and we can try. So I could use a controller before I use my finger, but it will be the same result with the controller. So I don't use a system of trigger. Again, I want to pop. So here I click on it, and it opens. We cannot hear very well the sound. It's not a very loud sound. And here I still, of course, can use that. Okay? So that's all for this video. If you need more details on what I showed you, or video about the scripting, or how, for example, to create this button that you can push, don't hesitate to write a comment, and if I have the time, I will do it as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye.